So real talk for a minute. You know what can absolutely destroy a person and make them lose like all faith in people and relationships? I feel it's when somebody tells somebody exactly what they never want to go through again. Like, you know, this person did this to me or did that, and I just can't be in another relationship like that. It maybe took you a long time to heal, or maybe you are still healing. And then that person swears that they would never treat you that way. And then say 6 months to a year goes by and they do everything that you explained to them that, you know, just tore you to pieces. You know, it just blows my mind. There's people like that because I'm a very black and white person. There's no gray with me. If I'm going to tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I tell you I'm not, I'm not. It's pretty simple. But most people out here are just telling people what they want to hear to get what they want. And that's just the way this world has turned into. And, you know, another thing that blows my mind, because I've lived through this one too, is, you know, I went out with somebody that said, you know, they thought their ex was a piece of crap for doing this and that to them, and how, you know, it was horrible and made them, you know, never want to be in another relationship. And then that same person like goes and does those exact same things to me. And I'm like, bruh, you literally said those things almost like destroyed you. And it took you a long time to get back out and trust somebody. But then, you know, a year down the line, you turned into the same person that you despised and hated. It just blows my mind, you know, how people are and how they think, you know, and it just makes me realize being single is not so bad. And I think a lot of us are so used to being in relationships sometimes. The last thing we want, you know, is to be alone, I guess, because then maybe in some people's mind, you think that nobody wants you, but that's not the truth. And being single is not so bad. Like, I look at it like this. I don't have anybody lying to me. I don't have anybody telling me what to do and not what to do. I don't have anybody telling me, you know, they don't want me riding side by sides or going to a bear race or hanging out with my kid or I work too much. Like, I literally don't have to answer to anybody. And I can watch whatever I want to watch on TV, which is a huge win to me. Because most people I dated does not like the same stuff I like to watch. So, I mean, there's always one of us watching something and one of us is miserable. But, well, not really. I mean, but anyway. So, I mean, for us people out there that are single or maybe in a relationship and it's maybe coming to an end, don't sweat it. You were fine before you met that person and you're going to be fine when they leave. They are not your life. You may have made them your life, but they are not your life. You are what you make of your life. It's your choice to be miserable or to be happy or to stay in a dead-end relationship or to beg somebody to stay with you. And then in time, they're going to leave you anyway. So just let them leave now and go live your life. Do the things that you've always wanted to do that you haven't had a chance to do. Go find who you are again. I think a lot of us lose ourselves in a relationship. And we're so kind of lost when we end a relationship, especially when it's a long-term relationship. And especially if you're a people pleaser, which I am. So I bend over backwards for somebody. And then when it comes to, it's just me again, I'm like, dang, you know, like I haven't done all these things because I'm always doing everything they want to do. I want to make sure they're happy. I want to make sure they have everything they want to make their life easier. And I think for people like us, it's easy to get drained and it's easy to forget that we are important. So anyway, with all that said, it's not so bad being single. And not saying I don't want the person, because if somebody comes along that I feel that brings me some kind of positivity maybe, and they don't steal my peace, you know, I'm all for it, you know. But until then, I'm fine alone, happy alone. I have great friends. I'm a great kid, love my job, love what I do, and I'm pretty blessed. And I think all of us need to stop sometimes and realize all the blessings we have and stop thinking about what we're going to be without when that person leaves, because we're going to be just fine without them or alone. It's not so bad. And I mean, come on, people. Jesus never had a girlfriend, was never married, and he seemed like a pretty good guy. Just saying. Food for thought.